Hand you over. Hey, Dan and Brad, what happened today? How was Wednesday?
Hey, Scott. Thank you for the introduction. Brad, how's your audio, buddy?
Am I coming through? You're coming through to me, and I can see your screen.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for tuning in to our Wednesday Q&A webinar. Got an amazing show for you. We're really going to be talking today about winning and winning big. But before we start, a quick disclaimer. This is not a registered investment advisor. All of the information you're going to hear from myself, Brad, Scott, Barry, or anyone at Trade Ideas is strictly to be used for educational and informational purposes only. So with that said, Brad, let's begin the show of shows.
Go.
One of the few companies in all of fintech, I think, that is made in the USA. Just good old-fashioned American software development since 2003. Never outsourced.
No, we're a small company. We've never outsourced our development. We've definitely grown. Everybody, well, we've never really had anybody leave our company. So we are very much like a tight-knit family, and we've been doing this for 17 years. So over the last 3 years, we've been recognized from the Inc. 5000. So kind of interesting. We've been doing this for a while and really building the software platform.
I think the market is amazing. All right, so let's get going, Brad. You know, we've been showcasing the technology for sure. But what else do we do, Brad? We give specific examples how we ourselves utilize the technology. Now, I brought this example of US Steel up. Brad, how many is it? 3 or 4, maybe 5 weeks I've been talking about it, right?
Yeah, you've been talking about it for some time now.
Well, you know, it's not just about, like, people disassociate the technology from the opportunity detection, and they think like everything gets so complicated when it doesn't have to. And the real key here, and we've said this before, it's offense and defense. Well, here I am throwing up a slide of why I thought US Steel was quite the opportunity. And I think this was right around maybe a month ago, Brad, something like that. So
yeah,
it was like right around,
yeah,
right around $6.46. People betting against it big. And Brad, this again is a slide, right, that I used to show people, look what I'm looking at, that it doesn't have to be all uber, like, you know, calculus, RSI, hits threshold, this, that, and the other. I'm trying to keep it simple so that other people can follow what we're doing without it being overly complicated. And notice, Brad, here, I was pointing out to the investors and subscribers that you have in stock trading an element of like handicapping or FBI criminal profiling. Remember Dr. Hannibal Lecter and how the good guy was the FBI guy who was trying to like really profile the killer.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of that, Brad, in the supply and demand aspect of the stock market. And we constantly bring this up, and we visually show it by just showing, like, sometimes, like, when a stock does that gap down, like it did in PVAC from 10 to, you know, right around 7 or 8, it's like a dagger through the heart almost, right? And you see it fall to lows, but pretty much through the middle of March, you see it starting to rebuild, okay? And once again, I'm just pointing out, same thing, right? Just like what I said in US Steel. So here I am showing you guys how I'm kind of Brad, do you hear that message from my computer? About
No, I couldn't
market
hear.
data?
I
Okay.
couldn't hear. Yeah.
Right. So, Brad, remember we talked about alpha. I mean, this is sort of like a summary of 5 different Q&As that we have done. And we said alpha is not just about winning in the market, right? You've got to beat the index. So whatever it is that you're up, you got to subtract whatever the market's telling you about this stuff. Visualization of what can be done. Know that everything you see is all open to you to be able to take advantage of it. And Brad, you know, in fact, this is a great example today because I don't always win. It's not about bragging. I'm showing you both sides, how I visualize it, what I'm doing, and how you can do it in the software. Here I am pointing, right? So this is what is possible. This is what you're trying to do. This is why you're here. I'm hoping that this is why you're going to subscribe. I, by the way, am by no means
Swing positions in this style, but I know you dabble both ways.
We're kind of swing-like every person. Okay, so let's jump to the software and show you again how we kind of working on how you can benefit and all that kind of stuff right there. Okay, Brad. So this is my current list. It happens. You have to be able to handle the negative as well as the positive, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So Brad, here I am, kind of here again, just seeing that it adds to the swing exit. And if I'm wrong, you know, I'm out quickly. That's to sit there in big losing positions like this together. Here, Brad, one of the things that I got to say that so much you can do with this. Another one that the turn. Let's change one. But that I do, it really breaks above 5, but hey.
Some broad thresholds.
Absolutely.
That control skill on your mouse. Thanks.
Here. Some kind of watch.
Jigs that are going to occur in an uptrend.
And that's kind of what Trade Ideas is. Really view it from that point of view of you see the bigger picture, right? You're seeing your constant daily P&L. We're doing immense amount on the back end, improving how the system will help you with your performance. Okay, so just be excited for stuff coming within the next few months. Calendars, P&L graphs, more stuff like this where you can really get the kind of feedback that helps you succeed much more than even now. The other thing I want to point out, right, for all of you, especially since many of you are contemplating and have not done this before, one of the things that we do at Trade Ideas, and I'm going to disconnect from interactive brokerage and connect to simulated trading. This right here is our simulated trading environment and completely feels exactly the same way. Allows you to play, try different things, you know. And I think that for somebody who's just starting to trade, you should spend several months, 3 to 4 minimum, in the simulated environment where you can really get a feel for P&L and like, what does it feel like to be down $6,000? I don't like that. What does it feel like to be up 10,000? I like that a lot. What did I do good versus what mistakes did I make? So once again, simulated trading, probably the most underrated and critical component to your overall success, where if you pay for a subscription to Trade Ideas, you can engage with the market every day for, you know, a good year even, and not lose any money whatsoever. And the only thing that you would have to battle is the FOMO. Brad, do you know what FOMO is?
I do know what FOMO is, and that is the fear of missing out.
Right, which is FOMO-y, but isn't real, right? I mean, come on.
It's an emotion.
It's an emotion. Feels, man, it gets you. But if you can control it, then you're okay because you're learning. The real key is real money. Real money is the most important thing. And if you've got the feedback from your simulated trading that you're doing something well, and we're going to have the best feedback system anywhere in our realm, you are going to be so much more prepared for the actual art of trading than anybody that you're competing against. You'll be able to quickly click on something and decide, does it make sense? Does it not make sense? You know, what is this? Why is this doing that? What could I be doing to take advantage of it? So the opportunities right now, incredible. So much movement in the market, the right place at the right time. How are we on our questions? Picked up? Hello, Brad, can you hear me?
Yes. Hello.
Oh,
Hello.
yeah, no, I was just making sure. Our questions.
Yeah. So there was one here from Mike, and I think Mike's question might be a little reversed. He's asking if you can use simulated trading to backtest, and I think it really works more like you did, and then use the simulator to actually put those, so you use the odds maker to backtest, and then you put those trades on in the simulator to actually forward test those ideas.
I'm kind of giving you an example of what that looks like. So here I am, I'm testing a move that looks amazing to everybody when you see it in the eyes. It looks kind of like, always looks like a breakout. And I'm going to test this for, and here I am, I'm 6:45 a.m. because I'm on the West Coast. And I'm not going to add any more trades, I think after 10, Brad, just hypothetically speaking, maybe a little. Okay. And in terms of time dexes, I'm going to show you what you can do. You can say, I'm going to exit this trade at the open, and you can say 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days after I entered. So kind of like a week. You're hoping you're doing good for a week. So here's how you test it. Brad, who is this genius?
I don't know. It might be premature to call you that.
I don't like that. I like mature Brad. Come on. Well, Brad, looks like the swing trading works. Okay, that's all you guys need to know. See, there you have it.
Well, to be honest, right, what you've done is you've shown that you can create something very effective out of that strategy that you've got. But that strategy that you've got is going to generate way too many signals.
Oh,
I think
of course.
right? So, but it's a great place to start, and you can use the tools here within the odds maker, the optimization, and go through and really refine it, make it better, and ultimately have less trades, something that you could execute. And then, what's great about it is you can always, the premium subscribers can take that strategy and they can automate it inside of Brokerage Plus. So you can, that's once you're advanced to that level, but once you've made it, you drop it into Brokerage Plus, you connect it to your IB account, Interactive Brokers, and that thing's going to be going live, and you're just going to be watching it.
Right, so you kind of like, it's like you gray box and black box together with the system. You can interact with it or do everything on its own for you. But Brad, the real thing is that while Brad and I typically don't really dive super deep into like the how-to during the Q&A because we cover so many general topics, we want you to see that this, what you see here, that's what our AI is doing right now. So the AI that we have is trying to build these strategies, trying to give us the best opportunity for tomorrow based on everything that just happened today and for the last 3 months. Always updating. So it's doing the kind of number crunching no person can do at home. Does that make sense? So that's what it does. What I just showed you is kind of like the one-off of what the AI is doing all the time. So again, I just want to show you, we've got some other brokerages that we're getting ready to connect with. E-Trade, And Brad, was there another one too? Small exchange, I think, was one, right?
Yeah, well, we haven't started the automation or the ability to execute with small exchange yet. Small exchange and the equity type futures products that they offer, you can be alerted to any type of interesting move that's occurring. So all the functionality that we have in looking at the NASDAQ and the NYSE and Amex now can be ported also to the small exchange. And very shortly, we'll be able to connect to, I think IB is going to have it, but we're also going to be broadening our connections and possibly to Tastyworks.
Absolutely. So Elizabeth, you can totally cancel and refund. We're very good with any kind of cancellation. But I really would say that I think you're jumping the gun a little bit, because this is one of these things that it's a life-changing thing and it takes a little bit of time to learn. It's not that it's over your head, it's just that there's a lot of capabilities in this software, but you don't have to use it all. In fact, one of the things that we showed during the presentation is that it's very easy to just focus on what you like to do. You can change channels to something that you yourself are dialed into, and the beauty is that we have these pre-blocks. That's really amazing, and they serve for you. In other words, you are going to get so much more throughput of information with trade ideas that you can't really compare to anyone else. And again, what you're seeing right now is this idea surfing. I move it, starts to surf, shows me different opportunities. What's word? So again, bevy of channels for you guys to choose from. Lots of people start with the pre-market, all the gaps, and then afterwards, these are the stocks that are moving right now. This is currently the post-market movers, continuously updating. So nothing for you to configure. Very easy to get started because all the channels are expert made by us. And remember, if you don't know what to do, that is partly the reason that we built the premium AI, because it gives you all the signals and every course of action, from the entry to the risk management to the close. The channels are a layout. If you want to take a window from a channel and save it, you can first of all move it to somewhere else and right click and just say thin. And now, watch. So there's all sorts of ways for you to work with the data. It's very easy to again, to feel like you're overwhelmed, but you shouldn't be, because the software does most of everything for you. You just have to get over turning it on and just letting the information flow.
So I'm trying to find a couple links for people that ask some questions where I know we have some documentation that'll make it a lot easier. So for those guys, I'll be getting those links to you shortly here.
Yeah, Bruce, I'm glad that, again, that you're on board with everything. The backtesting uses the historical data. And then as the signals occur today, so those signals would be the forward. So you have one out of sample day, if that makes sense, all the time. Cristiano, if you start again at the beginning, we have a very good 101 program that's available to you guys to join pretty much every day. There's a beginning section with one of our trainers. Brad, on this channel bar, did we not update the size of some of the layouts? Or I'm just curious. Or is that?
No, most of the channels on here are the smaller channels. We have the Omni channel, which is a little bit bigger because we're throwing so much onto that particular channel. We do have like, I mean, what is it? Trader's Vault, I think, has a ton of different windows on it. So, for instance, like if you're in our trading room or dealing with some of the guys on the webinars, oftentimes they're going through different strategies and windows, and those windows will appear in the Trader's Vault. That's a little bit bigger than most. Yeah.
Yeah. So Steve, in terms of new filters and alerts, always adding new stuff, never a finish line. There's always something in the works. And again, Brad, do we have a what's new section somewhere?
You know, we don't have a what's new section.
We should add that.
It gets added to our development build and our beta build every week. We're updating that. So.
Right. Liliana, you can go to any alert window like tools and alert window, and there's bullish strategies. Turbo brakes is a great one for you. So you get to see stuff like this. And again, you can look at all the data on every window and see if you would have liked it. So this is called momentum high volume. This is one that I think would be very easy to find, and it's just breaking out on volume. Super easy. Hey Brad, it looks like my data is kind of like coming in and out.
Yeah, maybe go to meetings tinkering with it, or maybe you're having some internet issues.
Yeah.
Looks
Probably some internet. Strange. All right, let's get back to the presentation. Unless there's more questions, Brad.
Yeah, I'll keep working my way through them here.
Okay. All right, guys. So one of the easiest ways for you all to get started is through our trading room, trade-ideas.com/trading room with Barry Anderson, who is our moderator, and a whole meritocracy of very good investors, traders who are there able to help you with pretty much any aspect of the software. Okay. It's free. It's a part of our service, and it's on every day from pretty much the open to the close. You guys were asking about education. Every day, there's a curriculum for all levels of investors in Trade Ideas education. So all you have to do is go to trade-ideas.com/live and join the session that works for you. Obviously, Trade Ideas is a subscription-based service. We are delighted that you are here, and we want to give you a high-level comparison of how much it costs for our software on a per day. Obviously, we charge monthly or annually. And for you guys coming in here today, 15% off your first month or a year off of Trade Ideas. June Fun is your promo code. We also do podcasts. You just need to do a little search on your podcast search engine, and you'll find an amazing list of podcasts with guests, our own team covering a broad swath of information in a different kind of informal way, a little bit different from what we do here. ebook showing you how to trade earnings, which is a big component of the investment making decision. And of course, if you guys saw, we have a channel for that on Trade Ideas Pro. So download that, it's free, trade-ideas.com/earnings. And I believe we have a how to trade the short side right before the market got destroyed. So many people really got to benefit that from great timing from Team Trade Ideas. So check this out, trade-ideas.com/earnings. We are very easy to get a hold of course. Active on social media, at Trade Ideas, at QuantBot, at Today Trader. Please like us on Facebook, and if you have any questions, shoot us an email or give us a call. Yes, let me show you the, oops. This is the link to the earnings right here. Scott, I think we're all good.
Yeah, sounds great. Everyone keep an eye out for an email tomorrow from GoToWebinar with a link to the playlist the video is on. It'll be the newest video on that playlist. Thanks, Dan. Thanks, Brad. And anyone have any questions, email info@trade-ideas.com.